5 handicap, looking to work on a couple things in the off season. Most importantly, increasing the distance through a lower, more compressed launch angle. It's a great goal, and I think we can give you a couple specific things for exactly that. But I first have the obligatory setup items of getting the arms and hands down a little bit, your wrists are bowed out and the ball set up on the toe, leaning over on your toes a little bit. Just to accomplish these upcoming drills and ideas, try to settle back on your heels with the butt staying pushed out a little bit more. Setup angles are fine, but try to square up your shoulders. Seeing the lead arm tucked underneath the trail arm does tell me you're a little open with your alignment. So check your alignments, check your squareness, drop your hands, get a little closer to the ball, and don't do that all at once. Break that apart and slowly change your setup. As we look at your takeaway, the main issue that we're going to get to is the face angle variance between P2 and P5. P2 is club parallel to the ground on the way back. P5 is club parallel on the way down. And you can see the amount of variance in that face angle coming down. It is that amount of variance or open face angle right before impact that causes you to flipping release it on the way through. There's some good body mechanics in turn, but you're trying to hang on to your face as much as you possibly can. It's all a face angle, face control issue that is costing you your distance. Might not make any sense, you say, but as we see it, face on, grip still needs to be stronger. Next video inputted, I would like to see that square logo on your glove looking me right in the face as you're looking down and seeing the top or outside of your right hand. The more that your outside of right hand faces the target, the weaker, more open face, more flippiness that you'll tend to see back down at the ball. But what we'll do right as a takeaway is we'll press it forward. We'll maybe get those hands a little bit stronger as you're pulling the club back. You don't really do much rolling open in your initial takeaway. As I've mentioned, you do hold things nicely to your P2. But from P2 on up to the top is when you don't bend your wrist angle to open the face, but instead you roll or supinate the forearms, opening the face. It's a good word to look up, pronation, supination. It's the rolling of the forearms that is not super clear as you come back in the backswing, but it becomes pretty clear what pronation, supination is on the way through here. It's not really a massive flick of your wrists, but it's instead your forearms crossing over and naturally rolling and extending. That looks great when achieved at the right time of the swing, but it often can be too early for you, and it is too early for you, which can add that loft and cost you your distance. So finally, what are we going after with all this? This is all reactionary. We're not here to fix the problem by trying to hold the lag or get your hands more out in front. You need to instead fix the problem back there, where you're opening it up. If it doesn't open, it doesn't have to be flipped closed. And I have a real good feeling that if you get into a stronger grip and get used to it, you'll start by having a stronger grip, and then you'll keep flipping it and hooking the crap out of the ball. Only then will you learn to not flip it because you won't want to hook it. Get a closed face bias with that strong grip, and then over time you'll get your hands more and more forward through strike as you reduce your left to right curvature. Might seem a bit odd, but again, try it. So last call to action is to get your face at P5. This is P2. Get your face at P5 to look like what it does at P2. Because if your face is here with a stronger grip or just without rolling your forearms open, you will have a much greater chance of really coming down sharply on the ball, compressing it with a lower launch angle, and getting the results that you can. You're instead holding on to a wing, and that face angle just remains open for a long period through strike. I think that we've covered that issue enough, and I'd be happy to help with any follow-up questions or thoughts. Good luck. Sendaswing.com